Hi readers and welcome on my channel. My name is Marie, I'm 23 and today we're gonna be picking my fall TBR. I got for this special occasion the Christmas sweater. I know the timing's not quite right, but I am freezing to death every single day in my apartment and this is just the warmest sweater that I own, so I just threw it on. Sorry if I'm not really on theme. It's just this is very comfy and I'm freezing cold. I have currently 108 books on my TBR, which is a lot of books, hence the book buying ban that I've been on the past 2 years. Did that work? Not really, but I'm getting there. So one of my goals for this year and the years that are coming, because I don't know if I can read 100 books in 1 year, but one of my goals for the following years is to bring down the TBR a little bit, because 108 books is a shit ton of books to own. And the jar TBR seemed like a fun thing to do with you guys. I've never done that before. I don't usually plan my TBR. I'm gonna pick 6 books, even though this is for the month, this is for fall, so the month of October and November and maybe mid-December, but I don't want to set the bar too high because I'm currently reading 2 books. I have this one, which is a book that one of my friends wrote, so I'm reading it and I'm gonna give her a review on her book, so I can't wait to get to that one. And I'm currently reading this one. Both of them are French books, so I won't be talking about them for too long, but this is a Orpheus myth retelling. It's very cool. I'm not even halfway through it right now, but this is the book that I'm currently reading. So if I pick 6 books, that would make 8 books on my fall TBR, and I feel like that's more than enough. Reading these days is kind of a struggle for me, so I'm not sure I can get that many books read, but we're gonna try. So 6 is the limit that I'm setting. If I do get to reading all of these books and that fall is not over yet, I'll pick myself another 1 or 2 books to read, and then I'll do a wrap up of all the books that I read. I got my little jar with me. I don't have that kind of see-through girly TBR jar that I've seen everywhere. This is the only thing I could find, and if you grew up in Europe in the early 2000s, you probably know the mouse that's on there. I used to love this stuff. I loved it so bad. So I kept it all these years. Oh, so the first reading prompt is a romance. Let's see, because I'm not sure I have a lot of romance books. Well, I do see a book here, but it's called Super Sad True Love Story. So that does sound like a romance. We're gonna put that one aside. I got that one at the Strands in New York. It was great. It was 2 years ago. I haven't even started it yet. It is a signed edition also. We're putting that one aside. Let's see if I can find another romance. Let's turn the cards around. Yeah, I think I'm not a big romance girly, so that is the only book I could find in my TBR that sounds like a romance. I'm not even sure that it actually is a romance, but there's love in the title, so that's gotta count for something. This is not my mood. It says, could falling in love redeem a planet falling apart? It is kind of cool. You know what? I'm sold. Okay, it's fine. Whatever, I'll read this. This is the only romance I have, so I have no choice. I have to read it. We are picking the second book. Ooh, I like that one. A Spanish book. So reading in Spanish takes me way longer than reading in English or French. Actually, I'm quite stupid because the only books that I own in Spanish are romances. So I could have I could have picked a Spanish book for romance, but whatever. I'm gonna have another romance then on my TBR this month. It's gonna be fall is gonna be the month of romance. I have here Donde Todo Brilla by Alice Kellen. This is quite a big book. I know it's gonna take me a very long time to read it, so you guys might not hear about that one for a while, but I will read it. I started it when I got it, so I read very little, but I liked what I read so far. Wow, this is getting better. I'm happy about this book. We are picking the third book for the TBR. There's a lot of papers. A new to you author. That's not gonna be hard either. Let's pick. There's a lot of new to me authors. Let me just find something that I feel like I actually want to read. I do want to start the Winter Night trilogy, but I'm feeling like maybe I should wait for winter to get there before getting to that series. It's been on my TBR for a very long time. Fuck, this is hard. Alright. This one is translated from Dutch, I think. It's called The Girl in the Lighthouse. We're putting this one aside. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, this could be a cool pick. Which one should I read? I don't want to, like, I know this one is going to be easier to read because it's in French, and also it's a middle grade. Well, that one is also middle grade, but I find middle grades hard to read sometimes. Okay, this is the month for a challenge, and we are reading The House in the Cerulean Sea. I've had this book on my TBR for too long. If I don't like it, I'm getting rid of it. We are picking the fourth book. A book that has less than 300 pages. I definitely know which one I'm gonna pick. I have here the whole series of Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I have read 0 books from that series, so I feel like now is a good time to pick the first book, and also it's a very small book. Let me actually make sure that it has less than 300 pages. 212. Great. I don't know why I haven't gotten around to reading this one yet, because it's been on my TBR for, well, 2 years approximately, maybe 3 years, and I was very interested in reading it when I first got it, and then I read so many other stuff and I kind of forgot about it. So I'm really glad that I have a cool occasion to get back to it. Alright, so we are down to the last 2 books. Let's pick the 5th one. A special edition book. I have quite a few books that I can choose from. Let's see. I have A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. It is an Illumicrate exclusive edition. It's gorgeous and it looks very nice. I want to read it, but it's such a big book. Let's see what else we've got. I've got Ballad and Dagger by Danielle Jose Older. This is an All-Crate special edition, I think. And also some parts are in Spanish. So I already have a Spanish book here, so I'm not sure I want to read that one quite yet. I also have Gallant. This is an Illumicrate special edition. This could be a cool pick because it's fall. I don't want a book that's too long, and also I know this is gonna be a bit spooky, so maybe I should go with this one. Our last option would be the next book in the Shadow Me series, because I read Shadow Me and Unravel Me, Ignite Me, and now I have to read Restore Me, Defy Me, Imagine Me, and Believe Me. And I have to read them fast because she's coming with a new book in that same series. You know what? I think the time has come. I have to face my fears. I am gonna read Gallant. It's not that big of a book. I think I can get through it pretty easily. And it fits the spooky vibes, so let's just do it. And last but not least, we are picking the last book for this fall TBR. A book that has red on the cover. Okay, let's see what we've got. I have quite a few books that I've read on the cover. The first two books, I have The Near Witch by V. Schwab, but I already have a book by V. Schwab, so I'm gonna put a hold on that one. I have Vox. I also have The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I'm not sure I'm ever gonna feel like reading this book. Then I guess I could read The Three Musketeers, French obviously. This has a lot of red on the cover. It smells really good though. But like, am I gonna be able to finish that big of a book? Alright, I'm gonna put on hold The Handmaid's Tale because I just don't feel like it right now. So that leaves me with either The Three Musketeers or Vox. I don't know how I can settle this. Should I pick the one that's been on my TBR the longest? Because in that case, I would pick Vox. I'm gonna go with Vox. I'm gonna read Vox because I think the timing is quite right now, considering everything that's happening in the world, to read a book about women, because this is set in a world where women have a specific amount of words that they are allowed to use per day, and they cannot go past that limit. We don't know what happens if they do, but probably not something so cool. So this is just a society where women are completely shut off. They cannot express anything. So I guess that is all. We have picked my TBR for fall. It is a very big TBR. I have no idea how many of these books I'm gonna be able to read through, but probably not much. But anyways, these are the books that I'm gonna start with. And then for romance, I have a super sad true love story. For Spanish book, I have Donde todo brilla. For a author that's new to me, I have The House on the Cerulean Sea. For a book that has less than 300 pages, I have Before the Coffee Gets Cold. For a special edition book, I have Gallant. And for a book that has red on the cover, I have Vox. And that is, my friend, a total of 8 books. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll leave you to it for now because I need to go read. Bye!